Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. It's your business to be aware of what's happening in the healthcare front. And if you don't know there's something going on in the healthcare front, I suggest you get your head out of the sand. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in this segment. We got a regular Price of Business contributor, Todd Randolph. He'll be coming on in just a second. And he's got a great guest for us here today. But I do want to mention there's so many cool changes that have taken place over at priceofbusiness.com. While you're there, make sure you check out, spend a few minutes checking it out, and all the vast improvements that are happening there. It's very new and very improved. But Todd's with a great company that specializes itself in helping people with their health insurance needs, and always love getting him on the program. And his company is called USI.biz. Good to see you, Todd.
Good to see you as well. Thank you for having me here today.
You bet. Talk about your guest today.
Well, Nate Nelson is co-founder and partner at Frontera Strategies. And Nate and I, we've known each other for a few years, and a successful businessman. And just wanted to have him on to talk about his company and what's going on with healthcare and healthcare reform and how those things impact his company.
Absolutely. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, guys. Good to be here.
Nate, kind of give us your elevator speech. Kind of give us an overview of what you're all about.
Okay. I am the co-founder of Frontera Strategies, and we work with about 2,000 or so physicians throughout Texas and Oklahoma, providing diagnostic testing such as echocardiograms, stress testing, carotid Doppler studies, etc., mostly at the primary care level to help keep patients out of the specialists in the hospitals if it's not necessary for them to be there. It's a much lower cost alternative to having the test done elsewhere, and it's convenient for the patients and gives the physicians, the family physician, a great deal of information to help determine what needs to be done, what the next step needs to be for their patients.
Yep. Team Frontera, by the way, Frontera, teamfrontera.com. Go ahead there, Todd.
Now, Frontera is you look at both sides of healthcare reform being a service provider in the industry. What do you see as the positives and negatives when it comes to healthcare reform?
Well, there are good people, obviously, that need healthcare benefits that can't necessarily afford them. So, I think there is a need, that something needed to be done to help, hardworking people that may just not be able to afford it. However, a couple of downsides are that there are a lot of people who may not want it. They're young, they're healthy, they've made the conscious decision not to purchase health care insurance, and now it's being forced on them, which can be, for somebody in their 20s, can be a pretty exorbitant expense for them. And then, another downside of the healthcare reform is that somebody's going to have to pay for it. And what that typically means is that those funds are going to have to come out of Medicare, Medicaid. There's only so much in the pool of funds. And so what that's going to mean for physicians is the amount that they get paid by Medicare and Medicaid for treating patients has to go down. And they're already seeing patients pretty much just Medicare and Medicaid as a service to the patients because they can't sustain a practice on those rates. And so those rates can't help but go down over the next few years.
Let me ask you, how is your company different from others in the same industry space, if you will?
Well, what we've tried to do, we've been in business since 2001, and what we've really tried to do over the past 12 years, especially in the healthcare industry, is really create a service environment. People go to the hospital, they may go to the doctor's office, and they just don't feel like they're getting really good service. And so we've always focused on our employees giving the best service to the practices, to the patients. We have recognition programs in place for our employees because we may or may not be able to compete on salary all of the time. But if they can get the recognition for going above and beyond, saving lives, taking good care of the patients, then that goes a long way. As well as being transparent with the employees, as far as even down to, what do the company financials look like, and what part did they play? Let them think like an owner. And what we found is that pays off many times, because people, innately, they want to help. They want to be part of the solution.
Yeah.
And as a result, we got some of the best employees that any company could ask for.
Nate Nelson, he is with a company called Team Frontera, and that is TEAMFRONTERA. Actually, it's called Frontera, but the website is teamfrontera.com. That's teamfrontera.com. Todd, we've got about a minute left. Why don't you wrap it up?
Perfect. And I do want to ask Nate one other question in regards, because one of my favorite...
And we have like 30 seconds for you to answer.
Okay. So Nate, you have to be quick, but one of my favorite topics is always wellness, and because of the services you provide, what focus do y'all take from a wellness perspective for your employees?
Well, we do promote wellness throughout. Most of our employees are exercise physiologists, so they have been, a lot of them have been college athletes, so they're, it's top of their mind anyway. But because of the type of testing we do, we're able to provide that to our employees at no cost to give them a good baseline of where they're at on their health and fitness, and then give them exercise prescriptions to help get them to the level that they want to be.
All right. Thanks so much to both of you. Great segment. USI.biz, that's how you learn more about the good work that Todd Randolph is doing. And he's really a leader on what's happening out there when it comes to the changes in healthcare. And then we've got Nate Nelson. Thanks so much. He's with Frontera, Team Frontera. That's FRONTERA.com. Thanks to both you gentlemen.
Thank you.
You bet.
Right.
Thank you.
You bet. When we come back, much, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here can be found over there at USDailyReview.com. And this is The Price of Business.